Welcome back to RuralVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith, and I'm excited to be here, even though it's it's a cloudy morning in Southern California. It's supposed to rain in about an hour. So let's talk about land. Let's talk about good land, bad land, cheap land, and more land, and give some land away. Hopefully before it starts raining, and I got to move everything back inside. I thought it'd be fun to set up here on the porch, and I don't have like a proper office set up yet at this new house. It's boxes everywhere, and it's just a junky looking background. So I thought I'd try the porch. So you might hear the horses and stuff in the background. But okay, so let's jump into the website. Let's make sure this is working first. I'm getting some errors. Saying my video resolution is not good. Can you guys see the screen? If you guys can see the screen, then I'm just gonna run with it. I'll fix the resolution for next time. It just says beautiful backdrop. I'm sure you guys can see it. Sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna ignore this error message that Google's given me or YouTube's given me, and I'll make it better for next time, Mr. YouTube. Okay, so I'm gonna throw the website on the screen. I've got a list of people I want to talk about land. So I've got half dozen or more than that, a bunch of people on the website, and they're posting properties on the website, and they're sharing the properties that they've got for sale on the website and RuralVacantLand.com, and there's some neat properties in there, so I wanted to highlight some of them. So there's Andy Barnhart. He's been on the website. He's got a bunch of properties, and let's see if I can get one of his up here. If you bear with me a sec. Okay. So Andy Barnhart, he's got this one, $799, and it's in Cochise County, Arizona. It's 1/3 of an acre. He's had numerous ones in Cochise County. He's been filling in behind me. I kind of ran out of properties in Cochise County. Everyone's always asking me for Cochise County, and they're all sold out. Everyone seems to like my Cochise County properties. They keep taking off of the Cochise County, and because it's easy to build on them, the regulations are easy, and they're cheap. They're just easy, cheap land, right? And they just go for it. So Andy Barnhart's on the website. Here's his name, his phone number, his email address and stuff. If you go to RuralVacantLand.com and look up Cochise County, you'll see his properties. This one's $799, and I need to get the maps going on this thing. Let's pull it up on Google Maps. So it's just north of Douglas. There's a Walmart down in Douglas, and there's more shops and things in Bisbee as you go over that direction. I think you get like Home Depot and bigger box stores that way, or maybe you got to go to Sierra Vista. I'm not exactly sure, but there's grocery stores and gas stations, post office stuff in Douglas. So it's not very far away from supplies. $799. That looks like an interesting one. Let's pull up the next one. We got okay, Willie Goldberg's. He's on the website. He's got a bunch of properties in Southern California and New Mexico on the website. Let's see which one he's got up here. It's highlighting one of his properties. So this one is he's asking $11,990 or terms of $299 down and $299 per month. This is in San Bernardino County, California. It's 5 acres. Is that the property? It's like a pond. 5 acres. Yeah, I don't think there's a pond on the property. I don't know what that picture was. Maybe it's of the area. So 5 acres for $299 a month. Let's open this up, see where it takes us. Okay, so he's got the lot lines in Google Maps, and if we zoom out, we'll see where we are in the world. Okay, so it's 29 Palms. So this is Wonder Valley, 29 Palms area. Well, 29 Palms. Wonder Valley would be over here. 29 Palms is here, and Joshua Tree, and the big Joshua Tree National Park's just south of there. So it's a beautiful area. Lots of people have these 5-acre properties in the area. I think they did homesteading in the 50s and 60s. If you built like a 600-foot cabin or more, they'd give you the land. So a lot of people got these 5-acre properties by building these little cabins. And then, you know, time went on and they stopped using them and stuff. But there's roads and power lines, and it looks like a driveway. I'm not sure there's power line to this property, but there's power lines all over these neighborhoods. And there's a house across the street. Let's see if they've got power. I don't see power. Well, here's power. Here's power just north of it. There's a power line. So the power line not very far away. So not very far away. It's probably feeding both those houses. Probably wouldn't be that hard to hook it up to your place there and go for it. So that's one in San Bernardino County, California that Willie's got on the website. And then we've got Dave Ayers. I'm going to try to catch up with some comments here in a second too. But Dave Ayers has a 40-acre property. He's been posting properties on the website. Let's see what this one is. 40 acres. Apache County. Okay, Apache County, Arizona. I'll pull it up on a map and show you guys where that's at. He's asking $16,997 or $1,500 down and $269 a month. So he's offering owner financing. And 40 acres. Looks like it's got some juniper bush on it, so you don't see any neighbors. If there are any neighbors, it'll break up the view, but you still get a bunch of big sky. Look at that. It looks like pretty thick bush too. Where are we at? This is Witchwell's area, maybe? Yeah, so Witchwell's Tavern is right over here. So there's the 191 goes down to St. John's, and there's a grocery store in St. John's. I used to know the name of that grocery store, but it's like a guy's name, right? It's like his first name. It's just the hometown grocery store and gas station, those kinds of supplies there. If you go down a little bit further down here, you get to Home Depot and Walmart. If you go north, Sanders has, I don't know, like an elementary school, but St. John's has elementary schools too. And then you're in between, so there's just a lot of wide open country here. There's some elk in the area. I hear there's a population of elk. It's not a huge population of elk, but there's some. There's deer. There's a lot of cattle, so this is cattle country. Like, you got to fence the area to keep the cattle off your land if you want to. I've sold numerous properties in there. No one's ever complained about them. They go look at them and then they buy them. They don't seem to ask questions. They're like, oh, this is what I'm looking for. You know, the people that know, and they just go for it. Okay, so this one is by Jason Lydiard. This is Jason Lydiard's property. It's in Baldwin County, Alabama. And let's see what we got. Jason's been posting properties on the website. I've been going back and forth with Jason the last couple days. I'm sending out some more mail. We're working on some more mailers. So $9,000 or $1,000 down and $250 per month for 48 months, 0% interest. Nice. $1,000 down and $250 per month. Looks like it's right on a road. Looks like a paved road. Looks like you made a video about it. I should get the maps in here. I'll catch up one of these days and get all the maps on there. And the land that I've given away in the last couple months, I haven't caught up on the paperwork. I just assigned the paperwork to one of my assistants, so we should get that all going first half of this week, and I'll print it up and mail it out. Sorry, I've been slow on getting the paperwork out on the land we've been giving away. It's been Christmas and holidays and move-in and all kinds of things going on. I haven't kept up with it. But those pictures were north was down and south was up. Okay, so I was this looks like it's on the other side of the road, but I think the pictures were upside down. There's a power line right there. There's a house next door and a bunch of trees. Looks like you could drive right up to it. Let's see if we got street view. Let's make sure my head's not in the way. Oh yeah, look at that. You're gonna need a machete to get into there. I'm gonna do some serious chainsaw work to get into there. But you get a house back in there and no one's gonna see you. you could put a driveway on an angle or do an S in the driveway and no one will even be able to look down the driveway. That's pretty neat. Looks like they keep this clear for the power line that goes right in front of the property. So you got power. Looks like there's a train track on the other side of the street. There's a fire hydrant right there, so that probably makes the taxes or the insurance easier. It looks like there's a trampoline in the neighbor's house. The neighbors probably have kids. If you got kids, there's probably some kids in the neighborhood. Some toys and stuff. Ooh, bass boat. Look at that. Dad likes to go fishing. Yeah, so nice place in the woods. Baldwin County, Alabama. Okay, here's another Cochise. Who's this? This is Curtis. Curtis has been posting properties on the website. And so he's got this one. He's got a bunch of them, but he's got this one. Let me go back. Let's see what we got here. Curtis, $3,000. Okay, $3,000. He's got 5.04 acres. There's my new dog. It's usually quiet until I get on the phone. $3,000 for 5 acres. It's part of Coronado Development Subdivision. He's got a picture of the road that leads to the property. His GPS aren't working. I'll try to get that working. So I'm just going to put the GPS. I'm going to cut and paste the GPS and put them into the maps. See if we can see where it's at. Okay. Okay, north of Douglas. This is kind of the same area as the previous Cochise one we were talking about. I think the other one was just over a little bit. So you got Douglas down to the south where you got Walmart, grocery stores, gas station. You can go buy tires, get your car fixed, all that kind of stuff. Not very far away. So you got supplies right there. How much was he asking for that? $3,000. That's a pretty cheap 5 acres for Cochise. I mean, I was usually selling 4 acres for 2,000 something. I'm all sold out of them. But 5 acres for $3,000. It seems like the bids have gone up in Cochise. It's because the regulations are so easy there. That seems like a pretty good deal. I'm sure he's on the cheapest stuff in the market. Mike Hassman. Let's see what this one is. Missouri. Let's see. So Mike Hassman's been putting some properties on the website. He bought a couple of these properties in Missouri, and let's see if this is one of them or if a newer one. I'm not exactly sure. Third of an acre in Taney County, Missouri. He's been looking for like infill lots, you know, next to in between houses that are already built with utilities, and this one looks like it's on a golf course. So it looks like some nice houses in the area and a golf course behind it. It's a golf course, right? It's got to be a golf course. There's a beverage cart. Yeah, in the green, that's got to be a golf course. So there's a bunch of trees. I wonder if we can get a street view in front of this thing. Well, we can go down the street. Some mailboxes. Oh yeah, these look like newly built houses. So it's like up here in the woods. Looks like a clean cut neighborhood. People are taking care of stuff. How much was he asking for this? $12,900. So I wonder what these houses are going for. I bet you could get the math to work to go build a house on the lot and sell it for more. That's probably what he's doing. Selling to developers. Okay, so now we got Elko County, Nevada. Who's this? Okay, Chris Gibson. He's been putting some properties on the website. So let's go look at Elko County, Nevada. So we're just looking at Missouri. Well, I can't get my mouse to work. There we go. Let me just do a couple of these and I'll check in with the chat here, guys. So, $4,900. Oh, sold. Well, didn't give me a chance to just show off the property. But we usually have a couple properties in Elko County. These 10-acre properties, $4,900. I used to sell them for like $2,000, but I'm all sold out of them. This one looks like it's closer to the road and civilization. My $2,000 ones are like way out there in the bush. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that one sold for him. Polk County, Wisconsin. This is Justin. Justin was just talking about this. He's got a couple of these Wisconsin properties. When we've had these Midwest properties in the past, you'll get a warm day in the spring and the phones just light up. Like everybody wants to go shop land. It's nothing. Right now it's cold, so people aren't looking at it, I'm sure. But then I got the wrong link. But then when it's nice out in Wisconsin, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, you know, up there. I'm from Michigan. I used to get the boat out first chance we got, you know. I used to go to the boat launch. It was close to my house. I'm getting the wrong link. Used to go to the boat launch with a... Well, let's just look up Polk County. I have a bad link. So, I used to go to the boat launch with the log splitter. My dad had this orange log splitter. It's like wedge-shaped thing. It's really heavy. I was smaller, you know. I wasn't old enough to drive, but it was all country roads, and they could just take, you know, drive the... Had this van or my uncle's truck or something to move the boat into the water. But there's ice. There's always ice on the boat launch because it was cement, and it would stick there longer than on the sand. And so I go over there and break it up with the log splitter. This is Polk County, Wisconsin. We don't have Polk County on the website. We've got Wisconsin, so let's see what we have. This says Polk County. So there's a whole Polk County, Florence, Oneida. Okay, so I need to clean up the Wisconsin. Taking notes for myself. Okay, so let's go for this one on Polk County. I'll fix the menu so you can pull up Polk County. Right now you can just pull up Wisconsin and it shows up. So $12,000. He's asking $12,000 for this property. It's 2 acres. If you get a nice warm spring day, this thing's probably gone because people will go out and look at these properties. But right now it's frozen and cold and people aren't looking at them. Let's take a look at the pictures you got. Looks like you got actual pictures. Looks like some nice trees. I think that's ash. I think those might be ash trees. Nice ferns down below. Good street access. This looks like classic northern woods. This looks like northern Michigan where I grew up, kinds of woods. You know, there's room to like walk through the bottom of these things. Almost looked like trillium or something. You know, the flowers, those white flowers that come up, like the leaves of them, they come up in the spring. I bet you it's beautiful there in the spring. Looks like a great place to put a cabin in the woods. Good solid land. Doesn't look like swamp or anything. How much is this? $12,000 for 2 acres in Wisconsin. I bet you that sells. Just warm day in the spring, that thing will disappear. Here's Michigan. I think I've seen this property before. So this is Patricia. See if I can say it right. Patricia Zach. She's been posting properties on the website. The pleasure of meeting her and her husband in Hermosa Beach this last September at one of the conferences, one of the land dealing conferences. So $22,900 they're asking for this one. 6.8 acres, probably same thing. It'll probably get attention when we get a nice warm spring day. The snow melts off. Right now it's going to be cold. Look at that. It's close to some lakes. How much is she asking? I think I just said it, but I lost my mind. $22,900. 6.8 acres. It's a bunch of farmland. And what are these lakes? Michigan's got lakes all over the place. I think the saying is you're never more than 5 miles from a navigable lake or stream anywhere in Michigan. There's like waterways all over the place. Like serious waterways. It's a swamp. It's paved road. Trees. Ah, street view. Look at that. I think that's probably the wrong side of the street, but yeah, power line. Bunch of woods in there. I bet you there's some white-tailed deer hiding in there. It's probably great hunting. The heck is this across the street? Flea market. Okay, so there's a flea market across the street. My uncle would probably be all over that. He collects John Deere tractors, especially lawnmowers, takes them apart, sells the pieces on eBay. Bunch of flags. This looks like Michigan. Cutting grass. Life supply of grass to cut in Michigan. I used to cut so much grass. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Giles County, Tennessee. These are places I would have never thought to send out offers. But who did this one? This is Ben Dow. Okay, so Ben's been posting some properties on the website. I just did a mailer with Ben a couple days ago, or 2 weeks ago or something. Sent out some mail in San Diego County. We just got the first deal. I might drive over and take a look at that one today. It's not that far away. See if we can figure out the access to it. $24,000 for 11 acres. Okay, so Ben Dow, he's asking $24,000 for 11 acres. Giles County, Tennessee. He's got a video about it. He's probably got drone. Looking at the way this picture is taken, he's probably got drone shots of it. Knowing Ben Dow, he probably did hire drone shots of it. Ben's an interesting guy. He's got a podcast about doing what you love to do, like an entrepreneurial podcast. And I forget the name of the podcast, or I'd recommend it on here. But if you go back and watch old mailer videos with Ben Dow, I've done some mailers with him in the past. We talk about the podcast, and it's got a name to that podcast. So Ball Hollow State Road. Do you think there's a street view here? I doubt it. Oh, there is. Look at that. There's a power line. There's a mailbox. It's a bunch of thick woods. I don't know what more to say. Bunch of thick woods. You gotta chop your way in there and go see if you can find a place to build. Yeah, nice thick woods in Giles County, Tennessee. Okay, so we got Michael. Michael's got property here. Let's see what this one is. This is Coconino County, Arizona. Coconino. So Mike is newer to the website. Couple 2 months maybe he's been posting stuff on the website. Welcome, Michael. And thank you. Thanks for signing up. Thanks for posting stuff on ruralvacantland.com. And look at this one. So 6.6 acres he's got. He's asking $12,499. And Coconino County, I'll pull it up on a map and show you where we're at. So, okay, so we got a map on the website here. Coconino County. It's northern Arizona. Between Grand Canyon and like Prescott or something. Prescott, however you say it. Yeah, so here's Grand Canyon. Here's Prescott. Did I get that right? Where's the property? Here's the property. Okay. So this property is just north of Ash Fork, north of the 40. There's the horses kicking each other. Got one horse out there that's just being a bully. Alright, you can see can see the white one over my shoulder right here. This white thing's a horse. Maybe you can see it better. And my daughter loves that one. See if I can get it right. This horse here, Bella, making noises. But so back to this property. Bunch of streets, fire district, fire station maybe across 2 blocks away. Maybe they've got water you can do, water delivery. That's who I'd ask about getting water. Nice big chunk of land. Let's get to satellite. Let's see what this looks like. There's a bunch of bush. There's a bunch of houses in the area. This looks like a happening area. Could probably have horses there. Yeah, so let's go back. How much was this? 6.6 acres for $12,499. I bet you that doesn't last that long. Just good trees, good access. I'm not sure if there's a power line there or not, but there might be with that many different structures in the area. And just simple one. Drive up and go for it. Okay, what do we got up next? Klamath County, Oregon. Who's this? Luke Harris. Okay. Luke Harris joined the website just recently. He's one of the newest additions to the website. Welcome, Luke. Thank you for joining. Now we have 2 Lukes on the website. And I've seen different shows on the internet with Luke. Luke and Seth Williams, and Luke with Land Academy guys. He's popped to set up a couple different places on the internet, doing land deals. I've seen his deals out there on multiple different websites over time, and we just started talking a little bit, and he started posting the properties on the website. So thanks Luke. Thanks for posting these. Let's see what you got here. So he's got 80 acres in Klamath County, Oregon, and I've had some properties in Klamath in the past. I think I'm all sold out of them. I'm pretty darn sure I'm all sold out of them. So it's nice to see some more Klamath on the board. 80 acres is a good size one. And he's asking $24,999, basically $25,000 or $2,000 down and $700 a month for 72 months. So $2,000 down and $700 a month for 72 months. Okay, so it's owner financing. Looks like it's an hour-ish outside of Klamath Falls. Let's take a look at this, where we're at. There's some rivers over here that are really good fly fishing in this area, if I'm thinking right. Skyon River, or whatever that's called. I think this river right here. Couple rivers. And there's this lake. I've seen this lake. Yeah, Wild Billy Lake. S-Y-C-A-N, Sycan River. I've seen pictures of this river. It makes me want to just jump in the car and go over there. It's probably too cold right now, but springtime when the bugs are hatching, take the fly fishing gear up there and go see what I can catch. Get the waders on and just start casting around. If I took my kids, I'd probably just end up chasing frogs and stuff. That'd be fun too. But it's just like this beautiful clear water with reeds coming out, different bits of green stuff growing in the water, waving with the water as the water goes by, and kind of gentle a little bit, and then bigger hills up around the edges of this thing. And it looked like there was a lot of 2 tracks running along it, like you could access it. You could drive around and access this from different ways. And it looks like it goes a couple different directions. Eventually it comes down and joins up with another river I don't know the name of down below. If we zoom in, we'll probably find a name here. Maybe the map will tell us. No, I guess it's S-Y Sycan River, however you pronounce it. Maybe it was just a leg of the Sycan River I was looking up before. But that just looks like beautiful fly fishing. So I think you're in a big fly fishing area. A lot of people seem to have horses up in this area. I have some cousins in this area that raise horses. And so look at this. There's a road that goes through the corner of it. There's a couple neighboring structures. It's a fence. I thought it might be a power line. I doubt there's power lines out here, but there's some, you know, these structures out here. I'm sure the roads are working. They're not crazy washed out or something, so you can get there. This looks like an older, maybe abandoned location. There might be something on your property if you buy this one. Mystery building, goat pen or something. Some trees. So that'd be interesting one to look at. We should look at the topography of this thing. So I think the trees are usually on the hills a little bit more here, and then the flat stuff's a little bit less trees. So it's this chunk in here. Let's see. I think there's a little bit higher, just a little bit higher elevation, flat stuff, and it doesn't seem like much of any topography. Either that or the data's not very good here. But I don't think there's much topography. But it's just a little bit lower elevation that this stuff's growing in. Like maybe the wind whips across the tops, or maybe it's more water accumulates in a little bit lower areas, excuse me, that allows this bush to grow. Okay, so that looks like a neat one. 80 acres, Klamath County, Oregon, for $24,999. So we got another Wisconsin. Let's see what this is. Okay, so David just signed up to the website. David Dennison just signed up to ruralvacantland.com, the co-op, and he's got a property. Let's try to pull this up. It's not on the website yet, but it should be up there soon. And we'll see if I can get it to come up on some of the real estate software. It's in Burnett County, Wisconsin. So I'm pulling up Parcel Fact. This is put together by Land Academy, the Land Academy crowd, like Jack and Jill Butala. And I follow a lot of their ways and their advice and their information, and I use their mail service, and I use this website of theirs. Makes it really easy to look up properties. As soon as I say that, I'll probably mess up here, but I got a light shining in my face. It's kind of hard to see the screen. Burnett, yeah. I think if I get my act together, I'm going to use their letter printing system this week, because I've got a bunch more offers I want to send out. I was up almost all night last night studying different areas that I want to send mail out to. See if I can get some comments while this thing loads. Almost all of it is remote. This is Klamath County. Same about that Oregon. Social rot migrated north. Yes, California people go north up to Oregon. Backwoods Bungalow says some of Klamath County looks remote. Yeah, a lot of Klamath County is quite remote. I think I just felt a raindrop, guys. Might be the end of the show if it starts raining. Yeah, there's some more rain. Great. Where is Sacan? So that's in Klamath County, Oregon. Mysterious Granny is saying, do you ever sell land like the property for $22,000? I'm looking for the same kind of property, a lot cheaper in a warmer climate. I think she's talking to the Wisconsin one, or maybe the Michigan one. Yeah, so I'll try to get into some more of them. SM Chelsea MI in Chelsea, Michigan, saying, fantastic hunting in Michigan. My dad grew up there, lots of family there, good people in Michigan. Yeah, there's a lot of great people in Michigan. There's a lot of great deer hunting, too. Like, the deer population's gone ballistic the last 20 years or something. They've really come back. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I can't get this Burnett County, Wisconsin one to come up. Let's try a different set of software. See if I can get it to come up over here. Creepy Tales says, good morning everyone. Luke, I'm curious if you have decided which property I won 2 weeks ago. Thanks, Luke. Creepy Tales, no, I haven't decided yet. I've been too busy. I'm like 2 months behind on doing the paperwork for the land giveaways. I've been doing deeds for people that have been buying land. I've been getting the paperwork flying as fast as I can, going. I think I'm caught up to everyone that's bought land up until like I think maybe Thursday of last week. So I still got to process the deeds from like Friday and this weekend of land that people bought. But I'll get it there. I just asking Jessica, who helps me on lots of paperwork stuff, to draw up the paperwork on the land giveaways for the last 2 months. So she's putting that together hopefully today or tomorrow, and I'll sign it off and I'll print and sign and mail it out. Yeah, mysterious granny. Warm climate and a lot cheaper, exactly. Heather Taylor is saying, would love to see a few rural properties with a well and septic already in place. Yeah, it would make it a lot easier with well and septic. The strategy that I pursue and I believe in, I work on with vacant land, is that I make cash offers for the land. And I send out unsolicited cash offers, say, here's how much cash I'm willing to offer you for your land. And part of doing that is I want as homogeneous kind of set of data as possible. I don't want structures and stuff on the property that skew the prices off. It makes it harder to do the statistics to make a cash offer on the land. So if we get to vacant land with nothing going on, it's a lot easier to compare to other vacant land with nothing going on. And a well and septic, I mean, it's easy to add. It would be nice if it's already there if it's not priced in, but lots of times it's priced in. So if it's priced in, why don't you just, do it your style. What size well do you want? What size family you're feeding? You feeding a family with 5 houses with extended grandparents and aunts and uncles and everything, family compound, or is it just you and your dog, or is it same with a septic? So you can do a lot of different kinds of septic, different sizes of septic. Maybe you don't want to pay for a 5-bedroom septic tank system for a whole bunch of family and kids. If it's just you and your wife, maybe you just go with a smaller septic system that doesn't cost as much. So I mean, you start customizing the properties, and I think it's easier to just buy the vacant land at a good price where that stuff's not priced in there, and then just get it installed. I mean, you can hire it out or you can do it yourself. You try to cut corners, get a shovel and start digging. If you want to save some money, there's always ways, right? So Luke, do you know what city the Jiffy Mix factory is located in Michigan? No, I don't. I would guess like Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids. That's where a lot of the milling happens, like King Milling and big grain milling operations that would make something like that. I would guess would be in that southwestern part of Michigan, but I don't know where the Jiffy Mix factory is in Michigan. Mysterious grannies. With you being from Michigan, you know how cold the winters are in Ohio too. Yeah, it gets cold. It gets really, really cold. Okay, so I was trying to look up Wisconsin and Burnett County. So let's see, Wisconsin, Burnett County. Let's see if some of these APNs work. See, this gives you kind of an idea of how we find these properties and get them up on the website. See, the idea is we want to make them as easy to find and look at and compare as possible. Oh, what the heck? Um, so I don't think it's a whole stringer of properties. I might be wrong. Maybe it is a stringer of properties on the lake. So maybe we gotta wait to get these on the website, get them figured out, the location of where these are at, and described and presented better before I can start showing you what properties. But hopefully it's a whole bunch of these properties on the lake, and wherever Wisconsin this is. This is way up north. This is north of Minneapolis, St. Paul, south of Lake Superior, and on a little lake. So hopefully it'll be neat to see what those properties are as they come up on the website. Blow up this map, see if it helps you realize where we're at. So here's Michigan. Here's where I spent a lot of time. I went to grade school in a little town called Eaton Rapids here in the south, and we would go up to Elk Rapids every weekend, summer, vacation, whatever. So we were always driving back and forth, and families spread all over different parts of Michigan. But that's where I grew up. And then we've got Rod Hall. I think I can get him on the phone. See if I can get this to work. I think he wanted to be on the show. We'll see what land he's got. I'm trying to bump up the volume on this call. So let's see if he answers the phone. So Rod, if you're out there, get ready. He's asking to be on the call. And anyone else, if you want to be on the call and talk about land, let me know. Let's see if this works. Make sure it's on the right, okay. The right thing's hooked up.
Morning, it's Rod.
Morning, Rod. It's Luke. You're live on YouTube.
Hi, Luke.
Hey. So, thanks for coming on the call. Thanks for being available. You're asking about some land.
Absolutely. I've been listening. I'm traveling, but this is a great show you've been having today, this morning.
Good. I want to try to catch up with more of the comments, and I wanted to dig into a lot of other land that we've got up for sale that I haven't been showing off here recently. But yeah, what do you have? This is Apache, Arizona, and I've got some APN numbers. And should I pull them up on software or website somewhere, or what's the best way?
Yeah, you can find it on it's called mylandlist.com.
Okay.
I guess the link, somehow you didn't get the link, but it's the first property in there when you find my listing. So it's mylandlist.com.
Okay.
Yeah, this is in a subdivision. I can't see you right now, so it's in a subdivision.
Okay.
But it's pretty much an undeveloped subdivision, but it's about 3 miles west of St. John in Apache County, Arizona.
I think I found it. I'm clicking away. I think to your website, I'm to the listings. I found the one, 2 acres, rural St. John's, Arizona on Good Road. Yeah. Are these actual pictures? Are these area pictures or actual?
Yes. No, they're actual pictures of the lot.
Cool. Oh, okay. Just to the west of St. John's. I don't think I've ever owned any land right in there. I mean, Concho area and down further, but never right in this area. That's pretty neat. So there's
yeah, I think it's kind of a unique place. If somebody wanted to, I suppose you could build there.
Yeah.
There are a few houses in the area, pretty nice ones.
So it says side by side 1 acre lots, and you're asking $1,989. That's for the 2 lots, right? That's for 2 acres. 1989.
Yeah.
Okay. Or $110 down, $110 a month for 24 months, and 210 dock fee. Okay. So you've got the zoning and elevation, like 6,000 foot elevation. That sounds like Apache County. You get a lot more temperate summers and winters, not as extreme. That kind of elevation. A lot of people like that elevation.
Cooler. In the
Yeah,
summer.
cooler, exactly. You get out of Phoenix and
Yep.
go and still enjoy everything. This says sewer says septic required to build. Yeah, so I think the rules always say that there, and I've never been that good at following the rules, but a lot of the guys that buy land from me in that area, you know what I mean, right? There's rules that are followed and others that are a guideline.
Yeah, septic permit. It's when I spoke to the land use guy, kind of, tongue in cheek. I don't know, but if you're gonna build a place, you're gonna want.
Yeah, you're gonna want septic. Yeah, for sure.
But
But I've had a lot of guys pull
you
in with RV in that area, and
yeah.
go for it, and go years and years, and 10 years later, I mean, still haven't done a septic system, and no one seems to bother them. But that's not the law. It's not the proper way to do it.
Exactly.
And if you have a neighbor that doesn't like you or whatever, you
Yeah.
drove too fast down the road and created some dust, or I don't know, you shoot your guns at the wrong time of day or whatever, neighbor doesn't like
He's
you,
a good neighbor.
Yeah.
He's a good neighbor.
they might call on you.
Vault systems, they don't require a leach line. There's a lot of creative ways to get rid of brown water, wastewater. So
Yeah, there's always more ways. It doesn't cost as much or take as long to set up, but eventually it'd be good to have a septic system. Yeah, so that's pretty neat. So 2 acres, 1989, and just sitting there ready to go for it. This is on Rod's website, mylandlist.com. So you got to go to mylandlist.com for this one, and it's right now it's the first property under his property listings under for sale. Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Thanks, Rod. It's good to see what all the different things that are out there, different properties. Always
Absolutely,
comparing and
yeah.
contrasting.
No, I appreciate you featuring. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, thank
Great
you.
show.
Sounds good. Talk to you later.
All right.
Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, so we got a lot of land to go through. I want to keep covering some more land. Let's get, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to pull up the map. And I'm passionate about this map. I like maps. Like, I've always liked maps. I really close to winning a geography bee when I was in grade school, like second out of the region. And it's just something that it's always clicked with me is maps. Where things are on the map, how they relate to each other, just maps, chartography stuff. I always had maps on the wall, and my parents, especially my mom, did a lot of traveling when I was younger and before. And so she would tell me stories about the different places she traveled, and my aunt, my mom's sister, does a lot of traveling and living in different countries. And so we'd follow her travels and things on maps, and just I got to know the maps really well. So I like maps. I like to see properties like this visually on the map. And I think that's one of the main, that's like what made Zillow. It went from MLS listings of a list of different properties to it's being able to see it on a map, like where lot lines are, what's next to each other, the whole relationship, the grocery stores over here, properties over there, schools here, the properties here, the roads here, the properties there, all that kind of stuff matters. It's really hard to explain in a list and a listing and pictures and stuff. And I think map is a big piece of that. So I've got this map on the website. It could be better in many ways, but it's got the basics. So it's got red and green. Red is sold, green is for sale. we've got one property left on the big island of Hawaii. And I wanted to zoom in on that before we go to the mainland. It's 9,999, basically $10,000 for 1 acre. And you know, there's a house next door. They do rainwater collection in this area. There's a power line that's really close, and you can drive right up to it and go build a place that has a view of the ocean. You're not going to be right on the ocean, but you're going to be up the hill a little bit where it's not as baking hot. As you get down by the ocean, it gets a lot muggier. I've heard from a lot of people this is a much more pleasant climate just here at the, I think it's like 1,500. Let's see what it says on the ad. I'm going to say 1,500 foot elevation or 1,800 foot, maybe, no, 2,000, just a little over 2,000 foot elevation. Nice big views. I think you can see sunrise and sunset over the ocean kinds of views. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think you can from there. At least one of them, if not both. So there's a road maintenance fee. There's no HOA. They charge like a little over $100 a year to keep the roads going, and they don't impose rules. There's people living in yurts. There's people living in buses. There's people building their own stuff. It's a lot of DIY, build your own in the neighborhood, so you can really get away with going to make your own way. That's just a neat one. I'm getting raindrops on me. So hopefully it doesn't rain too much. It's supposed to start raining at 10 and it's 9:51. If we go to the mainland, and we talked about some Michigan, some Wisconsin, here's a Florida. I'm not sure which one this is. This must be newer. But he just got a map of properties, right? Properties all over the place. This is 4,295. Andy Barnhart. Okay. It's about a 1/4 acre property in Florida. Look at that. It's on a paved road. Looks like you can drive right up to it and go for it. So I wanted to look at Northern California because I've been doing a lot of work there. This morning I was looking through a lot of these in Southern California, making sure that the ones that are green are actually still for sale, and getting that cleaned up. So we got a lot of properties here in Southern California going on right now. A lot of them are Willie, some of them are Aaron English, and some of them are Chris Gibson. But I think I'm pretty much sold out of Southern California right now. People bought everything I had. The ones I got right now are up the foothills of the mountains. And so we've got Yosemite National Park here. We've got a nice property, you know, just down the hill from Yosemite. I got to pick up the speed before I get wet. I get the computers out of the rain. I've got a couple of them in Calaveras County, El Dorado County, Nevada County. We'll zoom out some here. And so we've got Sacramento here, and we've got Lake Tahoe here, and we've got a massive amount of national forest. This is just a huge, vast wilderness here in the backside of California, with all kinds of adventures: hiking, camping, whitewater rafting, hunting, exploring, you know, running the dog hard, just sightseeing, watching birds. I can go on and on and on. And skiing. It's great skiing up in these hills too. Snowboarding. And these properties are not that far from San Francisco. If you want to go out, get a place in the countryside, get a place in the hills, some of them are 5, 10, 20 acres, and they're cheapest in the area, lots of times by half. And so some of these have started selling before I even had a chance to make a video about them. But I think there's some really good properties in here. And if I get a chance, I'd like to make videos about each one of these. I was hoping I could do that today, but I might have to move the computer setup to do it. Get up here in the Garden Valley in Georgetown. Here's a dog. Volcanoville. a couple of them. Alta Sierra, getting close to Grass Valley. A couple projects, 3 acres, 1.5 acre. And get up into Plumas. Got this one in Plumas. Let me pull this up. Some beautiful pine trees. Just over an acre on this one. 24,999. Drive right up to it. You know, streets in the area. Golf courses over here. This is back behind it. Let's pull these up too. So this one is I was going to lower the price on this one. I should do that today. It's asking 24.9. I thought I'd drop it down to like 15 grand or so. It's been on there too long. It's a nice piece of woods. There's houses next door. There's houses on either side. And there's an elementary school across the street. It's supposed to be like top ranked elementary school. And this lot line moves around something crazy with a different, but you get it. You know, it goes from the street back to here. And it's power line, water line. You have to put in a septic. And I've been doing some septic work on it. I got septic people out there to try to figure out the septic. And the neighbor was saying, you know, it doesn't perk, it doesn't perk. It's like, what do you mean it doesn't perk? They always perk, it's just how much does it cost? And so we tested a couple simple, like really cheap systems, and it's not going to work. We need a little bit fancier system. So I think if I lower the price enough, it prices in a fancier septic system to be able to pull this off. The dog's going after my feet. So that's why I want to lower the price on this one. I think somebody will understand that and take off with it. Now we got this 3 acre one in just south of Grass Valley. There's a bunch of trees in the area. Asking 82,000 bucks. There's a road that comes in from the top. This is one of the things I want to try to work on today. Is the seller did a bunch of work to get an easement going from Wolf Drive on this thing down to the property. All the maps have a road that go through here to the property, but there's just it's a lot of trees. You have to cut a bunch of trees. I mean, either way, you'd have to cut trees to get into this property, either from Bluegill Lane or Wolf Drive. And the houses in the area they're fancier. Like, it's getting gentrified. It's happening. People are moving from like San Francisco kinds of areas out to here to have a place to raise goats and chickens and horses and stuff, right? And because it's got really good schools and it's really nice, beautiful scenery and great weather. Hot, dry summers, mild winters, and just a nice place to be. So that's by Grass Valley, and it's Lake Tahoe's over here. You can go up to Truckee and go skiing. Sacramento's not very far away if you're into the politics of California. Or San Francisco's not that far away for all kinds of entertainment and flights and airports and stuff. So it's a neat place to be. Get away from it all, but still close enough that you can access it too. See what some of these other ones are. Oh yeah, so we got this one. This is not sure this should be on the website yet, actually. Let me go back. Paperwork's not 100% done on that one. I guess it's locked up, but it's not 100% done. This one's ready. This one is 9 acres. I got to get a price on this one. It's in the woods, bunch of pine trees. Drive up, there's a gate to the property. I'll get that one priced. I keep saying that and I haven't done it. Here's Garden Valley. It's 1 acre. I gotta get this one priced too. Oh, okay, so these ones, you got these two lots that are near a road, and there's a building in between the road and these properties. There's a driveway that goes back up a hill to the properties. Here's a driveway coming off the main road that goes back up into these properties. So there's two of them next to each other. You could buy the two, pick out which one you like, and sell the other. Maybe sell one to help pay for buying the one. And so here's the roads. The roads in the area. There's a bunch of nice looking houses and around the area. I mean, just putting solar on the roof and everything. I mean, paved driveways, blacktop, polished, good looking houses in the area. And then there's these lots that aren't being used. And just houses, like a sea of them. People have pools, and they're putting in pools and paying for it, loving it. And then there's just this land over here that's just not being used. So you'd think somebody would want to go for these ones, whether you're the guy that goes and develops them and sells them to somebody, or you're the one that wants to use them yourself. These are in, what county is this? This is El Dorado County. This is by Placerville, California. And so if I hit a map, here's Placerville. It's just up the road from Placerville. And I got pictures and drone shots, video and pictures of the property. So if you want to look at that one, feel free to go look at that one. It's asking $74,999 for the two of them. And then over here, Pollock Pines. So this one, let me make sure I got the right one in mind. Yeah, so there's a lake not very far from here, and there's a lot of big trees, and it comes off the road and wraps around this hill, and there's a big stream just down the hill. And so I should merge these maps together, get them on one map maybe. But so there's a road here, and there's a water hookup, and there's a power line, and then there's a little 2-track that comes out, an easement that runs through this one, getting to this one. So I think this is probably where you'd, in my mind, this is where you'd want to build your house. You know, you got all these other houses around here, but you could build back here, and then down below there's a road that goes through, and then there's a stream. And this stream comes out of a lake, the Jenkinson Lake, I think. So this lake is just up the road, and there's a boat launch and park and hiking trails, and it just looks like a beautiful lake to go spend time and enjoy, and then go back to your cabin in the woods overlooking the stream that comes out of the lake just below it. So I like that one. I've had a couple people look at it, and they're really excited about it, and then I don't hear back from them anymore. So I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but I think it just takes the right person. Those are sold. We got, this is which one is this? Oh yeah, so 10 acres. It's asking $33,000, and there's national forest all over the place. There's easements going on a couple sides of this property. You'd have to put in a driveway. I'd cut some trees down to put the driveway in. The wind's picking up. I think the weather's changing here. The dog's freaking out. So it's this isn't the one I just started describing. This is a different one. Sorry. There's a road that comes up the side of this one, and it just goes back into the woods. But there's a bunch of government land on the back side of it. So 33 grand. And yeah, I think you can drive right up here and just follow this trail right up to the property, and then just a whole bunch of woods for you to enjoy. Sunny Southern California is turned into a rainstorm. Supposed to be a dumping coming up. Okay, so that one is in Calaveras County. And then dog. Got a puppy, Christmas puppy. Portuguese water dog. This one's 15 acres in Calaveras County. This one's not priced yet. I'm not totally done on the paperwork with it yet. All right. Okay, 49.9. This is, it's actually, I think it's 3 different lots. You could sell the lots separately if you wanted. I just got wind just blew stuff in my eye. 3.24 acres on a stream. There's a road and a stream and a bunch of trees and a stream right there at the bottom of the hill, so you could build a house overlooking the stream. I'd really like to go visit this one myself. I mean, that's the kind of place I'd like to build my cabin. I'm sure somebody will take off with it before I make it there, though. And then I think which one was this? Maybe this was the other 10 acres I was thinking of. Yeah, this is the 10 acres I started explaining before. I had the wrong one. So 49,000 bucks. This is all just a hair shy of 10 acres, and it's surrounded by national forest. There's a whole bunch of national forests. There's easements to a couple different sides of the property. There's a couple private properties north and south, but on east and west it's national forest. And this road comes up close, and then there's a bit of national forest between the road and the property. And they've been there. I talked to the Santa Luz National Forest guys, and they said you can drive across there if there's logging roads or if there's already that someone's already been driving through there. And there's a bunch of tracks already through there where they've been moving logs around and like cleaning up brush. So I think you can just drive through those trails up to the property. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. And then for the legal access, there's easements coming on the sides, the north and south borders of the property. East and west are the privates. So government on north and south. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. But we got properties. I mean, this map's so full of properties right now. We got a bunch of them in Nevada, Oregon, Arizona, New Mexico, some Colorado, some Texas starting to show up on the map. A whole bunch of Arkansas is still out there. Alabama, Florida, Tennessee. And yeah, so there we have it. I'm gonna switch this back over. I'm gonna try to answer some questions and then give some land away. Okay, let me find the place that we're at. Mysterious Granny says he announces to watch so he can give away land, free land along with his selling land. You and my friend are here for, yeah, same reason. Exactly, I'll give some land away. Let me answer some questions first. Looks nasty in the high desert too. Yeah, install the Brave browser and default settings to desktop mode, easy solution. So Shane Lewis says, I want 2 guns, Arizona property, got some Route 66. Yeah, so I think Mysterious Granny's saying, geez, beautiful, especially having access to a creek from your yard. Yeah, that one in, there's a couple creeks on the California properties right now, but that one pie-shaped one's got creek right in front of your house. And one of the neighbors puts a little bridge across the creek and builds right on the creek. He just put a footbridge across the creek from the road into the property and built the house just using the footbridge. And I'm wondering if that's easier regulations to do a footbridge than a car bridge, or it's just cheaper, or it's quainter, or it's more creative. I'm not sure. Yeah, Backwoods Bungalow is saying, please mention the county of each property so we can find them on the website. I'll try to do that more in the future. Sorry I didn't mention the counties as well, but the website is very county centric. And you can also use the map search on the website to zoom in on them as well. And I'm starting to get rain on the screen, so I might just skip questions, guys. I want to answer a bunch of questions, but I'm getting rained on, so let's give some land away. And I gotta ask a question about something I started out with, right? What did I start the call out with? I started talking about a bunch of different people who post properties on my website, and I don't really make much of any money off of that. So I call it, one of the guys that was posting properties on the website came up with a name, and that's what we've been calling it. So people that post stuff on the website, I just call it this. And if you can answer what I call it, because I think I referred to it a couple times earlier on in this call, and I know I did in previous calls. And so somebody that can answer what I call posting stuff on the website or being a member of the website, ruralvacantland.com website, it's 2 letters, a dash, and 2 more letters. And so if someone can come up with that, I'll throw the chat on the screen and see if we can see who's putting it through. See if anyone can come up with it. They're putting the names of the people I started with. I might switch the question if no one can answer it. But I want somebody that hasn't won land before, and somebody that doesn't work with me or for me, because I see a couple guys on there I work with. APN number. This question might be too difficult. It starts with co, like CO dash, and then 2 more letters, and it's like, you know, a lot of people use that same kind of saying for like a grocery store where the people that shop there are members. I'm gonna lose my paperwork. I got sawdust blowing in my face and rain on everything. I'm gonna have to break this down. You guys got to answer. Co-ed, co-op. There we go. Co-op. Matthew Stell. Thank you, Matthew. Okay, so Matthew got it. Co-op. See if I can get this through here. So Matthew, I'm going to give you a piece of land. That's how we roll. So Matthew, thank you. Co-op. So what I do is run this co-op, because I think when my land's up there next to other people's land, more people show up and more people buy land, and it works for everybody, and we learn from each other, and it all rolls. So Matthew Stell, you win the land for today, and please email Gilian, Gilian, your information, what title you want the property to be in, what address you want, you know, taxes and deeds sent to, your contact information, phone number would help, and I might get blown away. Everything is blowing around. Hopefully the sound still works, and thank you everybody for chiming in. Thanks for listening. I gotta break these computers down and put them inside. Thank you guys. Yeah, okay, so Gilian at ruralvacantland.com. Gilian at ruralvacantland.com. Yep. Gilian at ruralvacantland.com. Send her your information and we'll get the paperwork out to you. You're going to have to sign some stuff. I'll put the money in there and the paperwork and everything. You just got to sign it. I'll put an envelope and you mail it off, and we'll get you some land. If it doesn't work, if we get kicked back or disqualified or whatever, we'll find some other land. We'll try it again. Might have to try it a couple times before it actually goes through. Some of the guys that gave land away, I think I had to try like 4 different times before we got it. But we'll just keep trying until we get it. Okay, thank you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.